to make it right. They don't know exactly how he would do that, except to say that he needs to recognize the paradigm shift. I thought Speaker Johnson outlined a potential roadmap for President Zelensky, saying that he needed to show gratitude, apologize, and sign this minerals deal. But, you know, where this goes from here, we don't really know. And the one thing I would add, Kristen, is that President Zelensky irritated President Biden too. We already reported in 2022, they had a phone call and then President Biden lost his temper with Zelensky, felt like he wasn't showing enough gratitude. The difference, that was in private, and support for Ukrainian Americans was pretty high, and President Biden wasn't trying to negotiate an end to the war. President Trump promised to do that. This doesn't really get him any closer.
I'm so glad you brought up that call with President Biden, Brendan, because it does speak to the fact that President Zelensky is someone who's defiant. He does not back down from these requests. There was a discussion, did he misread the room in that moment and push the request too far, get under the skin of another president? I thought it was notable. The other thing that we heard from Speaker Johnson today, a roadmap about how relations could be repaired, but also opening the door to, yes, maybe he does need to step down, something initially floated by Senator Lindsey Graham. What do you make of it?
Well, you certainly have a pretty big divide. I mean, you divide it between people who have clear-eyed views about what's going on in Ukraine as it relates to Russia, and people who are more interested in keeping up with whatever Donald Trump just said the day before. And I think I would put Mike Johnson in that latter category. I think both Johnson and Langford were pretty clear, and they said some things that, frankly, the president wasn't willing to do. That Russia is the enemy here, that we want to defeat them. Frankly, what Zelensky said in the Oval Office was relatively unremarkable. He basically outlined those things, and that was so offensive to Donald Trump that we had this enormous blow-up. These two men just said the exact same thing.